So, camera bags. We're all looking for the perfect camera bag, right? Well, let me tell you something. There is no such thing. All these brands bringing out all these backpacks for cameras. There's just always something missing. So, I've always had like quite a love-hate relationship with bags. One minute I'm quite obsessed, next I'm just can't be bothered because trying to find the correct bag is ridiculous. But what I've kind of come to realize is the perfect camera bag is the bag perfect for this situation you're in on that time. So I've got for you 3 bags which I think are more than enough and capable for most things. Unless you're a traveler, unless you're always on the move, you need to take your whole suitcase with you, then that's a different story. But these are just 3 basic bags that'll get you on a shoot on a daily basis. So my first bag I ever bought was a Lowepro Tahoe 150 BP or BP 150. This was the first bag I'd ever bought basically for my camera gear. I didn't have a lot of stuff, so this was plenty big enough. It's quite small, granted. It looked bigger on the internet, which when I went to buy it, I picked it up and I was kind of like, okay, it's a bit small. However, it is fairly deep, so you can fit in quite a lot of stuff. It's got basically a couple of pockets. Got inside here, which is more than capable for a camera body, a few lenses, a few bits and bobs accessory wise. It has like a top pouch up here. At the moment it's full of cables and filters and stuff. You can fit in a laptop, not a laptop, sorry, like an iPad. You can fit like one of those 9-inch or 10-inch iPads in there. And again, it's just to get you started really. And I thought it was amazing. The padding's really well. I really like the way it's designed. You can definitely see that, like, you know, quality has gone into the camera bag. The downside to this is, again, it looks like a camera bag. That's the only thing that really puts me off is when you buy a camera bag and it really looks like a camera bag, you know? Like, again, a lot of people say that, but it's true. Like, you don't really want to be walking around knowing, like, with people knowing, like, what kind of bag that is and what potentially could be inside, because we all know camera stuff is not cheap. So anyway, at the moment this is being kept as a storage bag for the studio. I just put all my little bits and bobs, cables, straps and, you know, little pouches. It all sits in here at the moment. It keeps it out the way and it keeps it safe as well. But I don't use this as often anymore. Yeah, it's just not much use for it for me at the moment, apart from it being a storage bag. My second bag, which I'd highly recommend, which I use all the time. It's the Lowepro ProTactic 350 AW. Now, a lot of people rock the 450 edition. Now, I tend to see a lot of those guys with the 450 because they have the Canon 1DX. Now, you can't fit one of those in here with the lens on. It's not deep enough. So the 450 is probably better if you've got like a bigger camera setup. If you're alright with that, if you haven't got that, this is perfect. I mean, it opens up from the back, so it's nice, safe and secure. It's really solid. The build quality is solid. It has a ton of compartments, laptop spots, these, you know, pouches for little bits and bobs, cables, your hard drives, etc., batteries. It's got like a pouch up here. Hard case, you can kind of like whip your camera out from the top. You can whip it out from the side or each side. I don't though, I kind of like zip tie these up so when I'm out and about I know the only access to the bag is through the back. But yeah, it's a solid bag. It comes with a ton of accessories that you can whack on the front. Tripod stand, it's got a water pouch thing, it's got an extra little bag and a few straps. Like, it's pretty decent. Like, the only downside to buying these bags though, like the price tags are quite hefty. It's like, I get that you got really expensive gear, so you need a really decent bag, but come on, man. Anyway, this has got a rain cover pouch at the bottom to keep it all nice and safe. To be fair, I've had this in the rain many a times, and it's always been absolutely fine. So, in most cases, you won't even need the rain cover, to be honest. But main uses for this is professional jobs. Anything I need to do and take a ton of stuff with me. I don't always take a ton of stuff with me purely because, well, you don't end up using it. You've got all this stuff in your bag and you never ever end up using it. It's just one of those scenarios where you take your camera out with you, you take all your lenses. Like, why do you take all your lenses for? Because I don't ever use every single lens I take in my bag. You just give yourself backache. So I've always now come to the conclusion that minimal is always best. I take one camera body, one lens. Cool. You might be doing something that you may need a wide for or a telephoto for. Well, and what? To me, it's more of a challenge to actually take one lens with me and see what I can get with that. Most of the time, you come back and you're pretty stoked with what you got. So you definitely should try that sometime. But my third and most favorite bag of my setup is the GoPro Seeker backpack. Now, obviously it's an action cam bag, so it's not actually for DSLR cameras or anything like that. However, my favorite bit of this bag is this pouch at the top. The slots for the GoPro. It's a good job, it's bomb-proof. But yeah, it's the slot for the GoPro stuff. I got 2 little GoPros in here, like the screen, the batteries, and these are always ready to go. So if you live in Britain, you'd know that this past week or two we've had weird weather. I mean, we woke up after being told it's gonna snow, and we were always yeah, whatever, because they always lie. But we woke up and it was snowing. So what was the first thing I did? Run to grip this bag, already set up, batteries all ready to go, cameras ready to shoot with, and I ended up getting some pretty sweet footage on that day without having to is that even a word? Having? I don't know. Without charging batteries and etc. You get the drill. So it was just nice to just grip this bag, off you go. Water repellent, which is obviously a bonus. It's nice and slim. The actual inside, there isn't any kind of pouches for anything, but it's super deep. You've got a strap in the back if you want to take a laptop with you, which I never do. Yeah, it's plenty for me. I can fit my drink, a jacket, my camera, just a few bits of accessories, and it's always good to go. The best thing about this, right, if you're in a crowded place, it's thin. So it being thin means you're not knocking people out on the way past. Excuse me, mate, bang. Oh, sorry, mate, he's dropped on the floor, nosebleed, everything. No, I'm joking. No, I mean, it's thin, it's cool, it's just really nice, and it's slick looking too. It doesn't, I know it's got GoPro written on the back, but it's not like camera DSLR kind of oh, he's a photographer, he's a photographer. I mean, it doesn't give that impression, which is what I like as well. It kind of gives it kind of a out and about kind of adventure-y kind of guy. So if I looked at someone who wore this, yeah, I might think he has a GoPro on him, but I might also think that he has a jacket on him, a water bottle, a packed lunch, a picnic in the back, but no, a solid bag, 100% recommend it, amazing bag. Yeah, so anyway, they are my 3 top picks for starting out or actually just having a decent bag on you. I suggest you probably try what I do as well as a recommendation. I was always stuck in this kind of zone where every time I went out, it was take all my stuff with me, all my lenses, all my body, everything. It's just but you never ever get to use all those things, because main reason, it's too much hassle. I don't want to sit there and friggin' change lenses and clip on and do this. It's just half the time you miss the shot because the sun's gone down or something. So one lens, one body, that's all I ever take out of me nowadays. And I always come back with happy results, so I'm good with that. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I may link these bags in the description, see if I can find any nicely priced or something. Other than that, hope you have a great, look at my wrist, there's a watch. What day is it? It's middle of the week, isn't it? Well, anyway, hope you enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll catch you on my next one. Bye.